was the whole thing, or did you switch the?
It would just make it hard for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, we won't do screening.
No, I don't
They
want
may
to
just
do
like
it.
start with stuff will be on the agenda and examination.
Yeah.
So we know you're gonna use that, so we know you're gonna do it even though we said meeting. Okay, well, keep in mind, it skips a meeting anyway,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. What I don't want to do is have to suffer through it one more meeting.
Well, the way they're advertising it, you will if you do it twice.
Yeah.
They're calling it intro to the public hearing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Ready? Okay. Welcome and good morning. It's time to call to order the February 27th, 2025 meeting of the Oklahoma City Airport Trust. Our first item is to approve the minutes of the January 23rd, 2025 Oklahoma City Airport Trust meeting. And is there a motion and second? And the item passes. Next up, we have the director's report.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and board members. In the meeting packet, we have project updates, but I wanted to highlight a couple things that are going on. If the next time you're out at the airport and drive out to the airport for a flight or a meeting, you'll start to see that Hangar 4, which is being constructed for AR, is starting to take shape. Steel is being erected, and it's pretty noticeable when you start driving up towards the airport. Got several other projects going on, runway 17 right, some reconstruction and apron work there at the terminal building. And at Wiley Post, we have a drainage project and working on runway 17 right. I'll tell you, I get lots of calls and questions about the drainage project because people drive by on Council. There's lots of dirt being moved, and we're just creating a drainage retention area. I can see where people are asking what the heck's going on, but so that's what's happening there. And in the terminal, we're kicking off 2 new projects. We're replacing all of our baggage claim units, where the people pick up their bags, baggage carousels. That's underway. And then the tunnel to the garage, we're replacing and updating some of the utilities in that space. So, passenger-wise, January was a good month again. We exceeded our numbers from last year. I believe it also was probably one of our, if not the highest number for January, pretty close. As you know, last week was a challenging week for everybody weather-wise, and us included. Thankfully, everything went okay as far as the activity, which certainly impacted some of the flights. We were able to keep the runways and taxiways open, but thankful that we're past that weather episode. So those are the major updates for me this month.
Questions? Next up, we have Will Rogers International Airport.
Okay, so item A is ratify and approve addendum 1 with Globe Construction common use gates and ticket counter for $613,100. Item B, professional service agreement with Concourse Communication Group for wireless operations and maintenance services. Item C is ground service agreement with Global Core Hospitality, Radisson Hotel. Item D is ground service agreement with Jay and Vivek, Doubletree, Hilton. Item E, concession service agreement with MidFirst Bank for operation and maintenance of automated teller machines. Item F, Amendment 1 and change order with Do-It Construction for reconstruct runway 17 right. Net increase $16,468.02. Item G, Amendment 1 to maintenance agreement with Natural Gas Distribution System Services Agreement, Integrity Resources. Item H is Amendment 1, construction contract with Do-It Construction, reconstruct terminal apron south gates, an increase of $10,126, 4 calendar days. Item I is Amendment 1, grass cutting with Schreiber Family Farms. Item J, Amendment 2, Program Management Service Agreement with Kirkpatrick Management Incorporated, Hangar 4 Program Management Services, increase of $180,162.53. Item K is Amendment 2, Passenger Boarding Bridges Inspection, Maintenance, and Repair, Oshkosh Aerotech. Item L is Amendment 4, Construction Manager at Risk Services Agreement with J.E. Dunn Construction. Item M, Change Order 2 with Atlas Paving Company, Repair Mike Monroney Boulevard, Aeronautical Center, increase $5,822. Item N, Change Order 2 with Globe Construction, Terminal Restrooms Renovation Phase 1, increase of $17,019 in 15 calendar days. Item O, Change Order 4 with Downey Contracting for the Federal Inspection Services Facility, increase of $146,584.18 in 32 calendar days. Item P, partial substantial completion of passenger elevator project at Mike Monroney Aeronautical Center. Item Q, request for proposals to be advertised for airport taxi cab and shuttle concession services. Item R, joint resolution with the City of Oklahoma City authorizing grant applications for OKC Will Rogers Airport to the Federal Aviation Administration for Airport Terminal Program Passenger Boarding Bridge Replacement Phase 4, Terminal Restrooms Renovation Phase 2, Terminal Building Flooring Replacement Phase 2. Item S, joint resolution with the City of Oklahoma City for grant application for OKC Will Rogers International Airport with the Oklahoma Department of Aerospace and Aeronautics for airport construction program for Metro Tech Hangar. Item T, resolution authorizing the purchase of professional services with Frankfurt Short Bruza for design, Hangar B, foundation repair, estimated cost of $105,761.50. Item U, resolution ratifying Director of Airports action, approve the purchase of electric vehicle charger with Ford Pro Charging, estimated cost $0. Item V, resolution rescinding Mid-America Concrete Surfacing for Trade Package 9D and arch-type canopies for Trade Package 10C. And then to award Trade Package 9D Sealed Concrete and Play by Design Inc. for Trade Package 10C Canopy as recommended by Construction Manager, Program Manager, and Architect Engineer. Construction of Hangar 4, estimated amount of $53,800. W, resolution adopting commercial passenger air carrier operational requirements effective July 1, 2024. Item X, passenger airline and use agreements for signatory airlines with American Airlines and Alaska Airlines. Item Y, aircraft de-icing, anti-icing materials storage agreement with American Airlines. Item Z, de-icing, anti-icing product storage use agreement with Federal Express Corporation.
Congratulations, we used every letter of the alphabet.
Yes, sir.
You've heard the request for approval. Is there a motion and a second? And the item passes. Next up, we have Wiley Post Airport.
Mr. Chairman, item A is an assumption agreement for conveyance of PWT Hangar Unit number 2003. Item B is Amendment 2 with TJ Campbell Construction for drainage improvements, an increase of $135,632 in 27 calendar days. Item C, request for proposals, advertise it for solicitation of real estate brokerage services at Wiley Post Airport. Item D, joint resolution with the City of Oklahoma City for grant applications for Wiley Post Airport to Federal Aviation Administration for the Airport Terminal Program and Federal Contract Tower to construct a new air traffic control tower at the airport, and for construction perimeter fence and gates. Item E is a joint resolution with the City of Oklahoma City authorizing for a grant application for Wiley Post Airport to the Oklahoma Department of Aerospace and Aeronautics for the airport construction program for aircraft craft box hangers.
Are there any questions? You've heard the request for approval. Is there a motion and second? And the item passes. Next up, we have Clarence E. Page Airport.
Mr. Chairman, item A is a lease agreement for Block 9, Lot 9. Item B is a lease agreement for Block 3, Lot 6. Item C, lease agreement for Block 3, Lot 10. Item D is a lease agreement for Block 6, Lot 8. Item E is a lease agreement for Block 7, Lot 3. Item F is a lease agreement for Block 6, Lot 4. Item G is a lease agreement for Block 3, Lot 7. Item H is a lease agreement for Block 8, Lot 5. Item I is a joint resolution with the city and to submit a grant application at Clarence Page Airport with the Federal Aviation Administration for a project to extend a future hangar development taxi lane. Item J is a joint resolution with the city to submit a grant application at Clarence E. Page Airport with the Oklahoma Department of Aerospace and Aeronautics for the construction for box hangar development. Item K, resolution ratifying the Director of Airports action approving software as a service with 1,200 Aero, estimated cost $17,400 for February 15, 2025 through February 14, 2030.
Okay. You heard the request for approval. Are there any questions? Is there a motion and a second? And the item passes. Next up, we have general.
Mr. Chairman, item A is Airport Concession Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Program and overall goal setting for fiscal year 2025 through fiscal year 2027. Item B is Amendment Number 1 for professional services with Park Hill Smith & Cooper for facilities maintenance and engineering services agreement. Item C is Amendment 5, professional real estate broker services agreement with Price Edwards & Company. Item D is plans and project manual to advertise for bids for miscellaneous services, repairs, and maintenance.
Okay. Are there any questions? You heard the request for approval. Is there a motion and second? And the item passes. Next up, we have easements.
Item A is an easement for 4528 Southwest 112th and 4600 Southwest 112th. Item B is an easement for 3233 Southwest 89th Street.
Okay. You heard the request for approval. Is there a motion and second? And the item passes. Next up, we have requisitions, a resolution ratifying the prior approval of certain requisition payments, and a resolution approving requisition payments themselves. And I entertain a motion and second. And the item passes. Are there any comments from trustees? Okay. Any comments from staff?
Mr. Chairman, I'll just want to acknowledge staff, of course, as you can see from the volume of activity. A lot of people have been busy, and so wanted to just acknowledge everybody for all their work. A lot of business going on, of course, and it only takes about 10 minutes to read through it, but it takes a lot longer, of course, to pull it all together. So,
Yeah. It's nice to hear that, and the airport, I constantly hear good things about it. So it's not unnoticed, it's just never always recognized, so I appreciate you doing that. Are there any citizens wishing to be heard? Seeing none, we are adjourned.